Hi loves, I did a get ready with me as I got ready for church this morning, so if you want to see how I got the look, keep watching. First, I start with the Smashbox primer, and I really like it because it creates a smooth canvas before I apply my makeup, especially in areas that are textured. And then I'm going in with my LA Girl concealer to color correct. And then I like to go in with a sponge or either my fingers and just kind of blend it out before I apply my foundation. And I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte in the shade 338. And it's a little empty, but there's some in there, so I got it out. And I like to just take my finger and kind of apply the product around my face before I go in with my sponge to blend it out. I go between sponges and brushes. It's just whatever my preference is at the moment. I am using a Real Technique sponge here in this video. I recently started using them and I'm absolutely in love with them. I love beauty blenders still as well, but these are amazing, and especially for the price, you can't beat it. So yeah, dab, 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 dab some more all across your face until you are covered. This foundation is about medium coverage, can be built up to about full. I have blemishes mostly, as you saw earlier in the video, around my jawline. I wanted coverage, but I was okay if it wasn't completely full, being that I was just going to church. I didn't need a super beat face for church. And I'm using LA Girl's concealer in the shade Fawn to highlight. I'm highlighting under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, and a little on my forehead. Nothing too major. This is my go-to concealer to highlight. I do have some others that are favorites as well, especially if I want something a little lighter. But again, this is my go-to. And then I like to blend it out with a sponge, and I like to make sure my sponge is damp. Same thing for when I apply my foundation. I make sure my sponge is damp as well. After blending out my concealer and making sure it is nice and smooth, I go in with Milani's translucent powder, and the areas in which I highlighted and some other areas on my face I will get a little oily. And then I am back on Team Nye Banana Powder, so you'll see me placing this in the areas of which I highlighted, and I will let it set under my eyes longer than any other area. Everywhere else, I will brush it off using Covergirl's pressed powder. Now again, I do have oily skin and I prefer more of a matte look with my makeup, so doing this much with powder doesn't bother me. But remember, you have to adjust and do what works for you and your skin type. And remember, makeup, the fun thing about it is that you can create and do what works for you. Here you see me going in. I wanted just a slight contour, and I like using NYX. And I'm doing that. I like to make sure I kind of blend it out. Remember, when you're blending your contour, you want to blend up, not going down, because it kind of just drags everything. So you're doing this to put definition back into your face, but you don't want to make everything look muddy or drag down. And when I'm just wanting something quick and simple, my go-to eyeshadow that I like is MAC Saddle, and I'll just kind of sweep that across my whole eye. And then just to darken up the corners just a tad, I use MAC's Antique. So that's what I'm doing here. And then I wanted to add just a little bit of a wing. So again, with the shadow, nothing too precise and fancy, just kind of sweeping this on there. And I'm using NYX liquid eyeliner to create my wing. I'm usually like a felt tip or gel liner, but I was like, I'm gonna give this a try, and I love it. And I have to pat myself on the back for doing this with one hand. Guys, it is not easy, but I did it, so yeah, I had to celebrate a little bit. So I did the other eye off camera, and here I'm just highlighting. I'm using MAC's Gold Deposit, a oldie but goodie, and you see I was kind of like a little bit more, just a little bit more. Can't have too much highlight. Well, you can, but I decided to hold myself back a little. And then I was going in with my all-time favorite blush, and it's a MAC Peachtwist. I love using all types of products, but I do have some staples that are favorites for my day-to-day looks if I'm wearing makeup, and this is one of them. And then to set everything, I'm using NYX setting spray. I like using the dewy and the matte one, just because when I use all these powders and I go in with a matte spray, it feels really dry. So the dewy helps kind of balance it out. And no falsies today. I'm just using some mascara. So I'm using the Volume Mascara by Maybelline. I am a Maybelline mascara lover, big time. So this one's really good if you want a lot of volume, if you're not wearing any false eyelashes, because it will still give you a great effect. And I like doing it after I do my setting spray, so just a personal preference. And of course I would get mascara somewhere I didn't want it, so I left this clip in here just to kind of show you or give you a tip on what to do. Let it dry and then use a spoolie to flick it off, and you're good to go. And for my lips, I am wearing the MAC lipstick that Taraji P. Henson partnered with them to create for Viva Glam. I absolutely love this color for spring. It is a matte lip, so I typically wear a form of chapstick underneath my matte lips, but it did last all day. I love it. So I guess maybe I was getting a little excited because then I went and got lipstick on the side of my lip. I had to clean that up. But after cleaning it up, I was all set and good to go. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Bye.